Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the rematch between Chris Bumstead and Lee Haney. Of course, the infamous first match that I did, it was a You Pick Tuesday match, and in case you guys didn't realize, I do those right on Tuesday. I do them very quick. So if I am going to make a mistake, then I am more likely to do that on a You Pick Tuesday or on a Fan Request Friday. But there is no excuses. I watched the video, and with the pictures that I did select, Chris Bumstead may have been your winner due to the conditioning, things of that nature. But I took my time, guys, and I picked the best pictures possible for Lee Haney. But anyway, I did a poll on my community section, and lo and behold, Lee Haney did win. But with only 57% to his credit, 43% of you voted for Chris Bumstead. Maybe the less boisterous group, but those of you who perhaps understand the conditioning, things of that nature, the glutes. But I do have to agree. The pictures that I selected this time are much more flattering of Lee Haney. But the point was that I wanted to get the full bodies of Lee Haney, and let's face it, most of the best pictures of him, they're missing the calves. And no, he wasn't winning in the calf department. If anybody was, Chris Bumstead was. But let's go to the poses, and this is what I mean, guys. No calves in this pose. This was the exact same version that I used in the first video for Lee Haney. And a lot of you guys act like Lee Haney was Rolly Winkler, for goodness sakes, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, for goodness sakes. It was not that strong of a pose for Lee Haney. He is winning in the biceps. He is winning in the triceps. But one could argue and say, Chris Bumstead winning in the midsection, maybe the lats. It's close. Definitely winning in the legs, if you ask me. Now here is, I believe in 1985. Lee Haney was massive then, but I don't think he was striking the pose to the best of to his abilities. And I did search for the best of the front double bis of him. Now, this one here is from 1991. Maybe tilted thusly. But I gotta say, guys, Chris Bumstead winning in the torso, I would say. It's a better V-taper. But ultimately, I would give it to Lee Haney because of the arms. And he's so much bigger. He is a whole lot bigger of a lad, I would say. And even in this shot, which doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but you can see the pecs. The pecs on Lee Haney, world class. Probably some of the best in bodybuilding history. But, like I said, this is a front double bi. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Give a slight edge to Lee Haney. And yes, I do mean slight, because Chris's legs mean business. Midsection, things of that nature. Go to the front lat spread. And I do believe that I did give Lee Haney maybe an edge in the first video in this pose, but clearly in this one, it shows Lee Haney's mass and the Dorian-esque lats on him, and even in the pecs, he's just a bigger, thicker man than Chris Bumstead. But like I said, guys, I think I was giving this one to Lee Haney anyway. Look at the legs, though. You got to admit, Chris Bumstead, fantastic. This is Lee Haney, I think, again, from 1985, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 86. One of his better years, one of his more massive years. Just incredible. Chris Bumstead, he is so aesthetic. Probably winning in the midsection, like I said. A little bit of a split in Lee Haney's abs. Hey, some people like that, some people don't. But ultimately, yes, Lee Haney is getting an edge coming out of the first two shots. And I think that was the same in the first video. Side chest development. Now, this is where it may change, guys. I believe both of the side shots that I did use for Lee Haney, definitely not the best, but the best shots of him are only showing half the body, so I don't like to generally use those. So it does make it unfair for Lee Haney if you use the full body pictures. When you look at these two beasts, clearly you can see Lee Haney is the bigger, better beast. Huge, big pecs. I'm telling you right now, guys, this Lee Haney side chest, look at the vascularity, even in the legs. Look at how hard and grainy this man is. So if it was close last time in the side chest, I have to say it is not. It is not. Lee Haney definitely winning. Go to the side tricep. And this is about the exact same thing, guys. Look from the chest to the delts to the almighty tricep itself. Lee Haney, clearly your winner. So this is going to be a different story, guys. No, I'm not jumping on your guys' bandwagon. But if you do look at the first video, clearly, in particular, the side shots were definitely not that flattering for Lee Haney. And they were not his best shots. Look at this side tricep, guys. And this is, this is going to be a huge difference. Lee Haney getting a strong edge, I would say, heading into the back development. And I do admit, the full body pictures that I did use, I wanted to get full length body from feet to head of Lee Haney. They were tilted thusly. I will admit, the back shots, both of them. And they take away from the sheer dominance of the size of Lee Haney. Clearly, that you can see here. I mean, the guy was massive. Is he as cut? Is he as conditioned as Chris Bumstead? No, he is not. And there lies in the argument, guys. There lies in the argument. I mean, is this going to be enough size? Is this going to be enough dominance for Lee Haney? Let's have a look at another rear lat spread. And you can't really see. If you take a close look, guys, you can almost see glutes for Lee Haney. And I'm not making excuses. You can almost see some glutes. You can see his hamstrings here. Look how tight he was in the hamstrings. The guy was pretty conditioned, Is he as tight as Chris Bumstead? No, but with that dominant size, I don't think he's going to have to be. But clearly, they're not soft glutes. They're not soft glutes versus really striated glutes. It's, I guess we're going to have to reserve our decision to the end. Go to the rear double bicep. And this is a black and white photo for Lee Haney. But if you take a look at his buttocks, that's right, look at this man's bum. You can see a couple of striations there from what you can see. So, he wasn't soft in the glutes. He was pretty darn conditioned, if you ask me. Is he beating Chris Bumstead? In one of the back shots, he was pretty dominant in the rear lat, let's face it, guys. And Chris Bumstead, not too bad here, as far as the back development is concerned. Good traps. Like I said, I may have to reserve my decision to the very end. Go to the ab and thigh pose. And much like the first matchup, Chris may get an edge here. Of course, Lee Haney, he has those lats. Huge set of lats. And I think this is a bit better of a picture. Better representation of Lee Haney altogether, all of the shots. And I apologize, guys. I'm not making an excuse. But like I said, you pick Tuesday matches, fan request Friday matches, things of that nature. They are thrown together fairly quick. But also, I have to defend myself. I watched the video, and using the pictures that I did use, Chris Bumstead did look a little bit better. But here, guys, I have to say, Lee Haney, he looks a whole lot better compared to the last video. Now, this is going to be different. This is a classical pose for each gentleman. Chris Bumstead clearly winning in the vacuum, in the midsection. Scared you, didn't I? But Lee Haney everywhere else, he is your clear favorite. He is your clear winner. In particular, the biceps, triceps, forearms. He's a big, huge, conditioned man. And aside from the glutes, he appears to be much more conditioned than that of Chris Bumstead. The wheels of Chris, very striated, definitely doing battle against Lee Haney. So it's all depends on what type of proportions you have in your mind. Do you believe the legs should be bigger than they are, or they were in the early 90s, late 80s? Do you like the size of the legs that they had in that era? Here is a most muscular, not a great representation of Chris Bumstead. Not a great representation of Chris Bumstead at all, because this is the 2019 Olympia. Had he struck this in 2020, it would look a whole lot better. I don't think it would ever come close to Lee Haney's, though. Of course, it is a classic physique division, and they don't really use this. They do hit it, though. It is a physique, and you should be able to strike this. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the first one to admit that I've made a mistake, but, I think the mistake lied in when I was doing the groceries, when I was picking the groceries up from the grocery store. I was selecting the pitchers, so to speak, and I think I dropped the ball at that point in time. This is a nice little pose here, and it actually shows some conditioning of the hamstrings, of the glutes of Lee Haney. And this may solidify my final decision on this one. I think I dropped the ball in selecting the pitchers. Here is your winner, guys, Lee Haney. And for all of you who did support me on my decision for picking Chris Bumstead in the first video, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. But I'm sure after you guys, even you guys that watch this video and see the much better pictures of Lee Haney, and he really was super conditioned, vascularity, things of that nature, guys, I think you will agree that he does deserve the win. But Chris Bumstead, hey, the guy was good. The guy was good. Hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And follow me on Instagram as well. Have a great day.